All of that work for just one legendary diamond. If you've been grinding one Don Woolie horn at a time, here's how to multiply your gains by 3. You just gotta be ready for a tougher fight. You may know that ranking an area down to rank 1 makes the legendary boss weaker, but are you aware that you're limiting the materials they drop? Once you progress in the game and get stronger, you should consider ranking your area up to 5. You'll increase the drop pool for each legendary boss, enabling a 3rd drop of their legendary materials, if you're lucky. The legendary Don Woolie is the greedy exception here. You will only unlock the 2nd meat and horn drops at rank 5. The key is to run a maximum item drop rate up equipment set with your party to make the 2nd drop guaranteed instead of just a chance. I already published a guide on that, so let's move on to obtaining a 3rd material. I'm sure this is just an ordinary requirement.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, if you get your area to rank 7, you will be able to obtain an additional material drop when defeating the legendary boss. But I must warn you here, these level 100 legendary bosses are insanely difficult. They are the absolute hardest things available to take on for each gathering and combat life. Ranking up an area to rank 7 is a massive undertaking on its own. If you're looking for bonus Don Woolie horns, there are only 3 regions where he can spawn, so you gotta make your spawns count. All 3 of them are next to each other for your convenience. It's the dragon's nose, eyes, and neck areas. I chose Drakeseye Valley to rank up because it's the largest area, with many gathering points of different types available for easy rank grinding. At first, I began mining nodes repeatedly using the teleportation gate to respawn them anytime they disappeared, but I couldn't help feeling things could go faster. So once I reached the 100,000 point mark, I began a time-consuming journey to find a faster way to rank up. You see, all gathering points are created equal in Fantasy Life I. It does not matter if it's a large or small gathering point. It does not matter if it's copper or gold. This is important because scaling has 2 factors in this game: the actual level of the enemy and its base stats. Copper at level 60 will actually have less HP and defense than gold at level 60, because copper is just weaker than gold in this game. So keeping this in mind, I located an area with a massive amount of oak trees, the weakest trees in the entire game. It's the copper of the tree world. Then, I went back to base and made 3 legendary rank avalanche axes. It's just the literal strongest axe in the entire game, locked to random post-game unlocks from the mysterious slates. So, you're gonna have to prepare yourself if you want to make these. But hey, just make whatever's the strongest item available to you. Just don't forget you typically have 3 versions of a recipe, with the bottom version being the strongest, and it only takes a few extra materials. However, it was at this moment I realized I never revived Orlando. His days of being a flower pot are over as he formally graduates to unpaid physical labor in our playthrough. Welcome to the team. Have a milkshake. That's right, my favorite post-game food, the magical milkshake, is coming back into play here. After getting cooked to hero rank, you'll unlock a secret skill tree node called the secret ingredient. This increases the duration of all food you use by 50%. And it even applies when you use food on AI companions. You can easily craft a batch of 99 magical milkshakes by purchasing the ingredients from Marco, as well as the restaurants on Tropica Isles and Swollen Island. Only make 40 at a time to get a perfect batch of 100 so you don't waste any ingredients. These milkshakes will last 9 gathering attempts each, which is 9 trees for each of the AI companions. With my new team following me, we headed to another spot in Drakeseye Valley for the second half of our grind. We already tried solo rock mining, so it was time to take inspiration from my favorite game of all time. The best game throughout all history, the game Nintendo has never managed to top since its release. Pikmin 2. Did you forget? You can whistle your AI companions to independently gather nodes for you. It's it's very slow for most of the game, so most of us never do it after the tutorial. But we're in the end game now, and these are oak trees, the weakest trees. With the strongest axes and the strongest milkshakes and the weakest trees, our AI companions can now chop down oak trees with middling speed. It still takes a moment, so here's what you do in the giant tree's grassy plaza. Sprint from tree to tree, whistling your 3 AI companions to independently chop 1 tree each. Just keep in mind the whistle animation button prompt is kind of sticky and awkward, so you might have to push it a few times to get the AI to chop the tree. Once they're all on a tree, you hop on a 4th one and take it out in a few charged strikes. There will be a 5th tree nearby, so rush over to that one and take it out. By the time you're done with your 2nd tree, your AI companions will be finished chopping down theirs as well. Each gatherable tree gives 180 points at rank 6, or 60 points at rank 5. So from rank 6 to rank 7, this method nets you 900 points at a time, and it only takes a minute or so to execute. I experimented with running around, going to the palm trees on the beach, fighting worker bees, and all sorts of other things, but I think locking in on the oak trees surrounding the giant tree will be your fastest option. As a bonus, this will level up the experience and affinity for all 3 of your woodcutting buddies if you happen to choose this method. There are definitely focused ways to level affinity for a specific combat buddy, but honestly, we have a lot of grinding to do in this game for each life in the other areas, so genuine crafting and gathering can't be beat for this category of buddies. You get experience and affinity at the same time, so don't forget to equip your plus 80% experience up glasses set from our alchemist level up video to enhance this process. If you're missing any gathering buddies, accepting a phantom onto your team will give you a passive experience bonus as well, so it's a good 2-for-1 deal if you need an extra woodcutter. Once you finally get an area to rank 7, you are finally ready to begin the true grind. Use the legendary respawn trick to get Woolie to appear, which is far easier said than done. You may need to endure a solid few minutes of fish and spud spawns. The legendary Woolie will spawn at a full level 100 when your area is rank 7, and the difference between level 90 and level 100 is massive. He'll deal most of your health in a single blow, potentially one-shotting your AI companions if they aren't properly equipped. But the issue for this fight is that they can't be properly equipped. If you fight the legendary Woolie with anything except full drop rate up armor, you could risk everything you've worked so hard to unlock. If he only drops 2 horns at the end of the fight due to bad drop rate luck, you might as well have fought him at rank 5. So, you will need to beat Woolie using 4 sets of full drop rate up armor. He's wind element, but you can't use wind resistance skills. Here's the setup I feel works best to defeat him. Rouge, our favorite paralysis user, is an obvious pick. Her special move gives an area of effect buff to any allies standing within it, and it deals fire damage to all enemies. On top of that, the fire attack has paralysis buildup, so Rouge can randomly give big damage spikes to your team while providing room to heal and buff. Woolie never stops attacking and hopping around, so frostbiting him is essential to the fight at higher ranks. Frostbite slows the animations of everything an enemy does, which means they're literally just 50% slower, you have longer time to dodge them, you can get more hits in between the enemy's attacks. Frostbite is essential, and it works together with paralysis. They synergize with each other rather than fighting and overlapping each other like Sleep. Sleep I just feel is worthless. I do not like Sleep at the moment. Snow is our go-to pick for the Frostbite status condition, and not just because she's an idol. Snow's crazy snowman move combined with an innate buff to frostbite infliction chance means Snow is a fully reliable frostbite machine. Role during the fight is support. Craft a full stack of top quality max heal dust to prepare, cause you will need to spam them without stopping if you want your AI buddies to survive. Don't forget, combat power stew and resistance aids can work together to buff the defense of everyone in the party. It makes a huge difference in this level 100 fight. The biggest danger during the legendary Woolie fight is Woolie hopping backwards outside of the arena and resetting his position. This will prompt him to recover all his HP with the stupid question mark thing, which resets his ability to heal as well. You will get stuck in an endless, infinite loop of the hardest boss in the game, healing himself to full HP if you don't manage to keep Woolie in the center of the arena to prevent him from resetting himself. He tends to hop backwards when you're fighting him, so if you stand where you don't want him to go, you may convince him to hop away from the edge of the arena. After the craziest HP sponge fight in the entire game, you will obtain 3 legendary muttons for the feast recipe. Oh, and 3 legendary Don Woolie horns should drop afterwards as well. Just give it a moment after killing him before panicking, because for some reason, Don Woolie specifically has an issue for me where it takes a second to collect all of his drops after the kill. You know what? After all of that, maybe rank 5 for 2 horn drops is the sweet spot. That part is for you to decide. If this video helped you tackle the surprisingly long trail to double or triple legendary drops, don't forget to subscribe for more Fantasy Life-I content and join our level 5 Discord and live streams to play with us. With love and peace, thanks for watching.